Hi yogis, welcome back to my channel. I'm Inga and I have a strong yoga flow for us today. Not entirely sure how long it's going to be, but probably around half an hour or a little bit longer. But there's going to be lots of upper body strength, core strength, and kind of sustained movement. Hopefully we'll see that challenges your body but requires you to stay focused and to work with the breath, to work with your body. So at any points that becomes difficult, let that be your practice to find ease with your effort and room to breathe. And if at any moment it becomes too much, take that cue, step it back, and catch another breath. But we are going to get started now in a tabletop position. So straight away, take your hands down underneath your shoulders and walk your knees back. We breathe in to let the belly drop, lifting the chest, pull the shoulders down into your cow pose. And exhale, round through the spine, push the earth away, scooping the belly, the chest up. Breath in, we drop down, arching through the spine. Exhale, round into the back, stretching. One more time, we breathe in. With the exhale now, round back up into your cat pose and go ahead and with that shape, press back into your child's pose. So you're dropping the bum to the heels. Can you keep pressing the palms and reach the hands forward so you feel engagement through the upper body and into the shoulders? Keeping that engagement now. With a breath in, we lift back up and rock forward into your hands. Find this half plank position. Exhale strongly with control. We bend the elbows and press down to the ground, but not all the way. Can you hover? Keep squeezing your glutes. With a breath in, you strongly press back up, straighten the arms, and exhale back into your child's pose. Keep that engagement through the upper body. We do that twice more. Breathe in to rock forward, lifting up, scoop the belly, engage the core. Exhale, bend the elbows close to the sides of the body, press down, but not all the way. Inhale, strongly press up, broaden the shoulder blades. Exhale, back to your child's pose. Last round. I know you're starting to feel this. Warming up, rock forward, press down. Breath in, strongly resist, push yourself up, and exhale into your child's pose. This time we lift straight away into our tabletop. Can you drop your elbows where your hands were to those points? And from there, we find our puppy pose. So allow your lower back to arch and then send your chest back and down. The palms can come together here if you'd like to, and perhaps even the thumbs reach to the back of your neck here. Press through the elbows and imagine you're still spreading your shoulder blades wide. So there's engagement in this opening through the shoulders. Almost getting a stretch for your triceps as well. Palms active. One more breath in. And breathe out. Lovely. Release your hands and lift yourself back up into your tabletop. We find our down dog from here. Curl the toes, lift your knees and send the hips up and back. Take a few moments to check in here, walk it out, move in any way that feels good. And when we are ready, we walk forward to the top of the mat. Soften your knees when you get there and breathe in. Lift yourself halfway up, push against the shins, lift the chest, shoulders pulling away. Exhale, refold, soften the knees and drop down. Inhale all the way up. Reach through the fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart through prayer and release by your sides. We go ahead and come into our chair pose straight away. Bend the knees, send the bum back and sweep the arms up. Weight in the heels, perhaps lower down a little bit. Get into your legs and come back to the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. Breath in. Exhale, fold and drop down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, push away from the legs. Exhale, we step back into our plank pose. Grip the fingers, step back, press through the heels. Inhale, we rock forward. Maybe the knees stay up this time, but we slowly bend the elbows and press all the way to the ground. See if you can keep broadening the shoulders, all down to the ground. Breathe into baby cobra, peel the chest up, squeeze the glutes, shoulders away. Exhale, downward facing dog, pushing the hips up and back. Steady the breath in, and then release with a breath out. Keep pressing the hands firmly down so the shoulders continue to widen and continue to engage here. One more breath in. Breathe out. Walk forward to the top of your mat, into the hands, and we breathe in, halfway lift again. So warming up with sun salutations. Exhale, refold. Inhale straight away into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Sweep the arms up, bend the knees, sit back down. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, in. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. So be flat to the ground, chest up. Exhale, step back to your plank. Active fingers, strong core. Breath in to rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga or to the ground. Don't rush. Breathe into your back bend. If it's up dog, don't touch the knees to the ground and straighten the arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push away. Nice inhale. Conscious breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. Walk your feet into the hands again. Traveling, softening the knees. We breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale all the way up this time, reaching through the arms, gazing up. And exhale, draw the hands to your heart, and then release by the sides of the legs. Keep your feet hip distance apart, nice and straight. And now rock your weight into your left foot. And go ahead, reach the right knee up towards you, flex that foot, and stay really open through the chest and the upper body. So you can drop the shoulders back, lift your chest, and reach the arms out to the sides. Really active fingers, active palms. And your upper body is almost back bending, so draw the shoulder blades together. We will keep that, but now can you lift that right knee as high as it can come and straighten the leg up and in front of you. So avoid leaning back, lean forward, and just lift that leg as high as it comes. Feel it in the front of the thigh. Stay open through the chest, shoulders drawing down. And now we start to swing that leg down. You can keep it straight, but really lengthen through the standing leg. And then come into warrior three, but really feeling that extension through the spine. So continue to lift your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and reach those arms back and behind you. The leg is kicking. The standing knee can be soft. That foot is really gripping down. One more breath in. Exhale, we step the foot to the back of the mat. Reach the arms up and over your head, and then grab a hold of your elbows. Ground through the feet, squeeze your glutes. Breath in, we reach through the elbows up, and exhale, lean into your left side, taking a very deep, yummy stretch through the right side of the body. Keep pressing through both feet, squeezing that right glute in, so you're not collapsing in the hips. Lengthen both sides of the body. And perhaps take your gaze slightly up and pull the arms behind the head. With our next inhale, we reach back up through center. Exhale, take your hands to the ground, frame the foot. Breath in, we kick this front leg back, three-legged plank pose, so float that foot. Exhale, bring the left knee to the left shoulder and rock forward, really scooping through the belly, broadening the back. Breath in, we kick the leg back, floating it up. Exhale, knee to the right upper arm, twisting underneath, lean forward. Nice and slow, kick the leg back into your plank. Exhale, knee to chest. Can you hold it here? Get higher through the upper body, scoop the belly, the chest. And now, with a breath in, we tap the left knee to the ground, underneath our hip, keeping the back leg straight. Exhale, pull that knee up towards your chest and the belly really scooping up. Breath in, we tap the knee back down. Exhale, we pull it up, use your core. One more time, we tap down. Exhale, we pull it in. And this time you release that knee all the way to the ground. Float the right leg up, three-legged tabletop. Breathe in to rock forward into your hands. Exhale with control, bend the elbows, press your chest to the ground, and then release that leg, come flat on the ground. Breath into baby cobra, peel the chest up, glutes are squeezing, shoulders pulling down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push away from the hands. Keep opening your shoulders, but keep them engaged and strong here. One more breath in. Breathe out. Walk your feet into the hands. Make your way up. Breath in, halfway lift. Slow things down if you're rushing. Exhale, refold. Breath in all the way up, pressing down to the feet, reaching up through the arms. Exhale, hands to heart in prayer, and then release by the sides. Lean your weight into your right foot, spread it wide. Take your left knee into the chest. Flex that foot, keep it active, knee up. And then shoulders down, chest lifting, arms to the sides, fingers reaching out wide. So there's a back bend in your spine here already. We keep it this way and then explore to kick that left leg out as high as you can without leaning too far back. Keep leaning forward, keep reaching the chest up. Beautiful. From here, release that leg down, maybe keeping it straight, but really pressing through the standing leg. And then send that leg, swaying it behind you as the torso lowers down to your warrior three. But really extend. Keep lifting your chest, back bending here, kicking through the heels, squeezing the glutes. Feel the energy and breathe here. With this challenge, with the balance, wobbly or not, your practice is to breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, land that foot to the back of your mat. Reach the arms overhead. Grab a hold of your elbows, perhaps swapping around which hand comes in front. When you're ready, breath in, reach through the elbows up. Exhale, lean into your right side. Keep squeezing the left glute in. So your inner thighs are drawing towards one another. The feet are firmly pressing down. Perhaps shine your chest towards the ceiling, slightly gazing up, noticing how it makes it more wobbly to change the gaze. One more breath in and breathe out. Come back through center. We release the hands down to the ground, framing that foot. With a breath in, send the leg back, floating it in your plank pose. Exhale, knee to the right shoulder, rock forward, scoop through the side of the body. Breath in, send that leg back, keep your hips parallel to the ground. Exhale, knee to the left upper arm, rock forward. Breathe in, send the leg back. Exhale, knee to chest. And we hold it here, I believe, and we will start to tap it. So breath in, we tap that right knee down underneath the hip. Exhale, we pull it back in using the core, scooping up. Breathe in to tap. Exhale, pull it up. One more time. Pull it up, push from the hands. And this time you let the knee come down to the ground and float that left leg up. Breath in, we rock forward into the hands. Exhale, bend the elbows, pressing your chest to the ground. And then releasing that leg, come flat on the floor. Breath in, baby cobra, find space. Exhale, downward facing dog. Steady things for a moment here. Perhaps you'd like to take the knees down, or perhaps you'd like to come into a dolphin, drop the elbows. We're going to do that in a bit, but if you already want to go there, take a few moments, a few breaths. And when you're ready, come back into your downward facing dog and step your feet closer together, just so we'll feel balanced as we'll lift the left leg up now. So starting with the left leg up, send it up towards the sky and allow that hip to open. And then bend the knee, squeezing the heel to the bum, but you keep pointing that knee high towards the sky. With this shape, we rock forward into our plank pose. So keep shining that knee up towards the ceiling and then shoulders over the wrists. We then come into our wild thing. So make it slow, even if you know those steps. We come onto the outer edge of that back foot, grounding the right heel, and then we start to tip, stepping that left foot behind us. The left hand becomes light, and then slowly start to open your chest, your hips towards the ceiling, reaching that left arm up and over your head. Make sure the bottom shoulder is really strong, engaging, pushing away from the spine, so that shoulder isn't close to the ear. It's widening away from it. One more breath in. And exhale, roll back into your plank pose. Reground for a moment, even if we're still holding our body weight on the hands quite a lot. But from here, we take the left elbow down to the ground, underneath our shoulder, and keep that forearm straight. So not to the side, but straight in front of you with the long edge of your mat. Then we come into the side plank. So drop your heels and reach the right arm up towards the sky. Hold this for a moment, squeeze your glutes. Your feet can be stacked or staggered. And again, you're broadening your shoulder blades apart to engage the muscles that hold you here with strength. The weight on the shoulder. Okay, so we're gonna have a funky transition here. So can you drop the left knee to the ground to give yourself more wiggle room? And then we roll back to center, dropping the right hand down, and then finding a chaturanga arm with that right elbow, pressing and squeezing to the side of the body. So bring both knees to the ground, square yourself to your mat, and you can keep your knees to the ground. Work on really spreading your shoulder blades apart here and being parallel to the floor. If perhaps you'd like to explore building a bit more heat, a bit more power, maybe you lift the knees, but find a flat line from the crown of the head to the heels. Everything is squeezing, helping you be here. So keep pressing from that left elbow, squeezing that right elbow in. Funky chaturanga. Super hard. My arms are burning. One more breath in. And exhale. Drop down. Make a big noise. Release yourself into the floor. Wiggle out your hips for a moment. Let things reset for a moment. And from here, take the hands underneath your shoulders. Breathe in to lift yourself into baby cobra. And perhaps just release your wrists by lifting them from the ground. So all the effort here is in the back body. Glutes are squeezing. Chest is lifting. Shoulders are pulling down. Elbows are pulling down. One more breath in. And exhale. Hands to the ground. We lift up into our tabletop And from there, downward facing dog again. We do this little flow on the other side, so make sure the hands are awake, fingers gripping, knuckles pressing down, feet together, and this time, right leg up to the sky, kicking through the heel, open that hip, bend the knee, squeeze the heel to the bum. With this shape, rock forward to your plank pose. Stay nice and strong here. And again, we slowly come into wild thing. Left heel lands, right foot drops, right arm becomes light, and then we open with that big circle, drawing it up over the head, lifting the chest, the hips, finding this nice back bend, opening through the front of the body. Glutes are helping you here. Feet are pressing down. Make sure you are breathing. One more inhale. And exhale, we roll back into plank pose. Take a moment and we'll bring the right elbow down now underneath the right shoulder. Keep that forearm straight. Stack your feet, dropping the heels down so you can stagger them or stack them. And then left arm up towards the sky. And again, notice if you're dropping into that shoulder, press into that elbow and broaden out through the back. Engage your glutes, your inner thigh squeezing, your hips lifting. One more breath in here. And when you're ready, release that bottom knee to the ground so we can make that transition, giving ourselves a bit of support. And now we roll back to center, releasing the left hand down and finding chaturanga arm. So that left elbow squeezes to the sides of the body. So both elbows are at 90 degrees. You can keep your knees to the ground, or perhaps if you played with lifting them up on the other side, recreate that. Don't drop the head, keep lengthening the neck. Don't squeeze into the shoulder blades, keep them engaged, spreading out. Belly button drawing up, glutes are squeezing. Find breath. One more inhale. And exhale. Let everything drop back down. I'm kind of getting a carpet burn here on the elbows from how much pressure there is against this very, very sticky surface of the mat. It helps me not to slide, but it's digging against the skin. But we can breathe through that. So enjoy this moment of rest, of not asking much from your body and letting it relax. Now take your hands underneath your shoulders again. Breathe into baby cobra, peeling the chest up. Maybe release your wrists, lift them from the ground. So this back bend is only as high as your muscles can lift you up. Active range of motion. Reach through the crown of the head. One more breath in. And exhale. Lift up into your tabletop position. Wiggle your hips for a moment. Shake out your wrists. And we've got one more little tiny flow to go through to keep building strength. And then we'll start to wind down. Can you find your plank pose now? So lift your knees, broaden that upper back, spreading your shoulder blades wide and press through the heels. From here, we keep our core really engaged, that belly drawing up. You walk your feet back, so you come into this wider, longer plank pose, but without dropping your hips or without poking your bum, keeping that lower back nicely protected by engaging your core and squeezing the glutes in. Can you now, as best as you can, try to bring both elbows down at the same time? So you slowly keep pulling them in to be parallel without letting them come out. And then perhaps they land underneath your shoulders. Adjust to get comfortable here. And we will be coming into dolphin, and there will be an option to take it up into Pincha Mayurasana, your forearm stand, if that's perhaps in your practice. So whichever way you like to do it, I prefer to have my hands close together, but I know people keep it parallel sometimes. So whatever works for you, just start to walk your feet in towards you. Lifting your hips, knees can soften, so you can get your feet as close as you can towards you. And perhaps this is where you stay to hold your body in the arms. And this is hard, just to be here, just to breathe here. Perhaps you'd like to send the right leg up, lean more into the elbows, play with that, get as high as you can from the bottom foot, and then release that foot down. Maybe swap it, left leg up, lean into the arms, come high onto the standing foot, and then step it back. Maybe take a moment to breathe, perhaps lower the knees to the ground to rest. And that's what I'll do. And maybe just giving it one last go to hold it, or perhaps take your balance. If it's in your practice, if you're feeling safe and strong in the shoulders, to try a few hops from the bottom foot, have some fun. And if you have walls, maybe you try it out there. But just do what feels safe and have some fun. And for it to be safe, really don't try something too fast. Allow yourself to build it in those building blocks and just play around with that. The key here is to really press through the palms, through the elbows, so you counterbalance and they become your little breaks. Glutes squeeze, shoulder girdle is spreading wide, and you play around without the need to get anywhere, and just playing with what's in front of you in that moment. And when you've had enough, whichever version was your practice, you let it go, you let it be. Close your eyes, sit in this kneeling position if it's comfortable. Relax your shoulders. Place your hand onto your heart and the other onto your belly. And feel the strength that you already have within and that you can also cultivate by practicing. And it's not just that physical strength that we care about through yoga. Although we want to stay strong, it's good for our body, it's good for our health, right? But together with that, we are cultivating our mental strength and our emotional regulation and our ability to be with discomfort, to play with a challenge, and to be flexible around it, around that difficulty. So whatever we really chase through the body, wanting to be strong, wanting to be flexible, wanting to be open through yoga, it's all the qualities that matter more for our mind. To be strong, but to be flexible at the same time, to be open. So take a deep breath in here for that strength that we are cultivating. And a big breath out. We breathe in. We breathe out. And this time, inhale deeply. And with the exhale, let it go. What happens, what doesn't, I keep saying that, but it doesn't matter. And the more we can detach ourselves, the more fun, free our practice becomes. That we don't chase the shapes, we explore the shapes and our practice through it. You can blink your eyes open here, release your hands, and then drop your bum to the ground, stepping your feet out in front. Slide to the middle of your mat to get nice and comfy here. And then let's release our knees over to the right side. So you can keep your feet wide and then you drop your knees to the right And then twist yourself into that right side. So left hand can press away from the left knee. Right hand walks behind you. Enjoy the length through the spine as you inhale. And then find space to spread wider in that twist with the exhale. Breath in to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Nice. And when you're ready, release that. Come back to center. Lift your knees, drop them over to the other side, and travel around with the hands. Right hand pressing from the knee, left hand walking behind. Breath in to lengthen up. Breath out to spread wider in that twist. One more time. Breathe out. And gently make your way back. We come down to the ground. Let yourself unroll into the floor. Step your feet closer towards you and find a bridge pose. So can you press your lower back into the floor first, just to create that space for it? And then we start to bring the hips and the back from the ground. Maybe shoulders want to come close. Maybe the fingers can point to the sky, the elbows press down, helping you lift, or whatever you'd like to do with the hands here. Glutes are active, feet are pressing down, and you're kind of pushing your knees to the top of your mat. And continue to lengthen and spread the sensation you have here in your spine. So no part of it feels compressed. And that effort, that range of motion is evenly distributed. One more breath in as you are. And exhale, bone by bone, top to bottom. Find the ground with your spine. Can you stay still for a moment? Let your spine reset against the ground. And just really feeling the back of your body touch the floor. The shoulders starting to relax, recover from the shock of the practice, maybe that it was strong, that it burned up a little bit. But now, take your knees into your chest. Give yourself a loving hug for your practice, for the time to be here, to breathe, to feel the body, to be with the mind. That's all that matters at the end of the day, through this practice, that we take the time to be. So hug yourself one last time here, squeezing tightly, lovingly. And when you're ready, let yourself unroll into your shavasana, your final pose, the pose of not doing, of non-doing, where we let go of controlling, of needing to get anywhere, and just explore, allowing ourselves to be. So relax your shoulders, feel spacious through the neck here. Let the feet drop out wide. And softly close your eyes. Go in to feel the body from within. And if there's any lingering effort, tension that's within your hands, give the body permission to stop trying, to stop forcing, and to soften, to simply be. Take a breath into your belly here, feeling it rise. And then let the belly fall and spread through the body to release. We breathe in and we let go with a breath out. So with each exhale, see if the body can relax and sigh out more into the ground. A few more times like that. Breath in and breath out. One more time. And let it go with a breath. Now let yourself rest in the stillness of this moment and in the being of your body, the way it is. Very gently bring yourself back to feel the body as it is, to watch the mind as it is, and to let the breath be as it is. Start to wake the body up by wiggling the toes, moving the fingers, and letting the head rock gently side to side. We take the knees into our chest, as always, perhaps one at a time so we don't strain the lower back. Hug yourself lovingly again, not missing a chance to send this kind energy to ourselves. And when you're ready, roll over through the side of the body to make your way up into seated. Maybe kneeling down or sukhasana. What's comfortable for you? Can you keep your eyes closed? If they reopened, lengthen your spine, your torso, and don't rush to finish. Take your palms together and let yourself be drawn back in through the breath. Feel it enter your body and feel it leave the body. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. Namaste, yogis. Well done, and thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the practice, you connected to your strength, physically in the body, but ultimately, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, to see that we can always count on the breath and count on our awareness to see what's going on, how are we reacting, and perhaps just watch that and let that be your practice. So well done, and I hope to see you next time, next week, for more practices together. Lots of love.